I'm going to share something with you that I absent-mindedly shared on my Facebook page. I sometimes do it because it's just right there. I'm attempting to get in the habit of turning on my camera and speaking, but anyone who knew me yesterday knew I was a writer and a poet. And although I haven't done it in a really, really long time, it's still there. So sometimes when I'm expressing really raw emotions, it's just easier to write it in a post. Um, so I'm gonna read it to you and just hear a piece of my soul speaking. The more I look back, the more I apologize to her, my younger selves, for being so mean and angry towards them. And when I think about why, it's because the people around me were mean to me. I mishandled me because I was mishandled. It wasn't until I learned better. I learned better ways of being. I learned people are the way they are because of their experiences and beliefs, just like I am. I learned nothing done to me is, at its core, energetically, personal, but the result of the war of self, the war within seeping out. I learned I don't have to attach my worth to the lack of treatment, lack of attention, lack of understanding, etc., but to the fact that I am worthy despite it, and their words, beliefs, and feelings of me, I don't have to take on as the truth, my truth, but to simply move within what is the truth, my truth, and observe what develops from there. It took me 38 years to reach that breaking point, but when I did, I allowed it to finally break me completely with no fear of any outcome moving forward, because I faced and accepted the worst outcome, which is death, and I remained unwavered. I just knew I couldn't continue another 38 as I had before. My healing is daily, hourly, consistently, intentional, and revolving a revolving grief I'm learning to live with instead of attempting to rid myself of. Reconnecting and pouring the love that wasn't accepted, seen, nor understood from others, I opened my fragile, oblivious heart to. I pour graciously into those spaces that decision damaged, hoping to mend an ignorant, naive soul's actions/decisions. Actions that caused real emotional and mental damage that one day, with purpose, be restored. My 19-year-old self deserved 42-year-old me. That just came out of nowhere. I wasn't thinking about anything particular. I guess she just wanted to speak. And when I think about what spilled out of me, it's the truth. And I do my best that when I start to reflect on the answers that I have today that seem so obvious that were not obvious back then, not to be mean to myself for not realizing or being aware of it. Because, like I told you in the last post, as far back as I was and still ahead of everyone else, that slipped through the radar, and my ignorance of emotional intelligence, my ignorance of the choice to disconnect myself, the ignorance of how manipulators work and how deep that goes. I had a very, very superficial understanding of it back then, and I was aware of it, but to go deep with it, I can't be mad at her. Have you ever thought about your past self and things you've done in the past and seen how far you've come? What lessons have you aha on, and how is it serving you today? I just wanted to share that though. Have the day you deserve.